second one, right? As soon as he walked out, oh yeah.
This kid does.
Okay, I'm trying again, so keep the scoreboard. I'll come find you if the scoreboard dies. You're a good man, Garrett.
You are too, man.
I do it so I don't scream at my kid. I do this so I don't scream at my kid.
I would still scream. Everyone would hear it, and I feel bad.
It would be vicious. Yeah. What I don't have is a YouTube link yet. Oh, it's that big, tall 99 kid again. I mean, he might be the tallest human on the field right now.
I believe he is.
Okay. And Jack will start us off again. So same lineup, I believe, as the first one. First pitch, 69 miles an hour. First strike. Next pitch. Look like that one dropped out of the zone for ball one.
Here we go, Tad.
And the next pitch is corked into center field. And Jack will have a single. So number 99 is behind the plate. We saw him on Saturday. Just a cannon of an arm for a young man, so I would be shocked if we do a lot of running. And the first pitch to Jorge. It's going to be 65, breakaway for ball one. And the next pitch. Nice, 65. Curve, that one broke over the plate nicely. And throw over. Not in time. Jack's back safely. And hopefully Verizon does its job today and is able to provide us internet the whole time. I apologize, there's a throw over. And he's safe. Apologies for that in the first quarterfinal game. Just Verizon kept dropping me and then not coming back. And there's a shot to the second baseman. It's going to drop in. And the ball will get into right field. Jack will be in safely to second and Jorge to first. And Teddy will step in and Gianni in the on-deck circle. So Teddy comes off a 3-for-4 game against the other Lightning squad in the semifinal, as well as he pitched the whole game, all 4 innings, threw about 80 pitches. That ball is going to get away and everybody's going to move forward. So that gets rid of the force play, which is huge for the Jackrabbits now. And Teddy with an 1-0 count. And Teddy fouls that 68-mile-an-hour fastball behind him. for strike one. And we had a switch here. The field ump from the quarterfinal game is now behind the plate, and I'm going to guess that the home ump is now in the field. It's got extra layer on, so I can't exactly tell. The ball's inside. Teddy pulls away. 2 balls, 1 strike. It's my midlife crisis. I'll talk about it all day. Still with second and third and a 2-1 count. Teddy's ready for the next pitch. Here it comes. And Teddy hits that one. It's going to chop right up the middle. Shortstop comes over and grabs it. And he's going to get Teddy at first. But the run scores. So the runner will move, Jorge will move to third. Jack scores, his single comes around, and Gianni steps in with Ricardo in the on-deck circle. And there's a curveball, and looked like there was going to be a back pick throw. It ended up not making the throw, but got to respect number 99's arm. So Jorge back, quick dive. And Gianni takes that ball, curveball out over the plate to the right side, not a play.
Hey, here we go, Johnny. Nobody better, kid. Nobody better, kid.
All we need is a big knock. Here we go. Put it in play. Sit back, curve. Hey, put it in play.
Gianni now sitting fastball here, I think. And he gets it, and he hits it right up the center. And we'll have Jorge score, and Gianni safely at first. So Ricardo will step in now. So nice to see Gianni getting a hit rather than being hit. In the last game, he logged 2 additional hit by pitches. Gianni has wheels. Did they send him? He does not go. And there's a curve away 65. So 31 here has a upper 60s fastball and a mid 60s curve that he's deployed in and around the zone all night. He's going to be a formidable opponent for our boys. And there's that throw. And there's a throw down to first. Good stop by the first baseman there to keep the ball from getting away. So 2 balls now to Ricardo. And he's going to take a 70-mile-an-hour fastball at the letters on the outside corner. Well tossed by 31. He's going to bail out of the way of what I think was a curve ball.
Chopping up the deuces. Here we go, Ricky.
And he's going to take ball 4 high and inside. And the catcher is going to ask for time. And he's going to go out and talk to his pitcher. Actually, I take that back. It looks like the coach is actually going to ask for time. Come out and have a conversation with his pitcher. And he's pulling the infield in here. So we'll see what they're going to do here. If it's a pep rally, it's not going to be some on-the-field coaching for the pitcher because he's talking to his entire infield. So Jackrabbits have 1 out, and they've got runners at first and second. They've already plated 2, and we'll have Chris step in with Mason in the on-deck circle. Umpire's coming out, tell him to finish him up. And coach obliges, and we'll get back to the top of the first here. Jackrabbits end up as the 6th seed in AYL after some, I think there were some roster mishaps. Some of the other teams kind of finished in 8th, moved up to 6th, but I believe that Davis was third, if I remember correctly. So they'll be the home team as the higher seed. And a fresh count to Chris. Here comes the first pitch. And it's going to be in the dirt. Gianni's got to be smart not to get back picked out there at second. Number 99 threw back there a couple of times in the game we played them on Saturday. So if you're seeing a lot of Lightning in our, ooh, nice, 69. Seeing a lot of Lightning in our schedule. It is a confluence of events, but we did play this team as our first game on Saturday, I believe. It was the other team that we played second, and then played the other team, the other Lightning team, on Sunday, and then again this morning, or this afternoon, excuse me. So 5 games, 5 Lightnings. The second of 2 with the Davis team here. And a 2-1 count now. And he's going to barrel on a 67-mile-an-hour pitch up and in. So 3-1. Chris has a plus count here. He can sit on a pitch. Doesn't like it, he can let it go. Let's see what we got here. He's going to take ball 4 outside. So the bases will be loaded from Mason. Behind Mason is Jabrell in the on-deck circle. Mason swinging the Raleigh. I think that's what that is. And the catcher calling his corners in for a play at home and telling his middle infield to be a double play depth. And that's a curveball. That's going to be away. Great stop by 99. At this point, I'm kind of spoiled by how good he is. That's a great play by everybody else. So used to him being so good, that just ended up as a good play. But let's be honest, that was a great play. Backhanded catch. There's the curve. And Mason takes strike 1.
See you long, Mason.
And there's a strike on the curve.
How you gonna battle? Let's go battle.
So 3 straight curveballs from 31. Let's see if we get a fastball here. We do. Oh no, it's a curveball. I read that wrong coming out of his hand. So off the end of his bat, he's going to hit that over towards Jabrell, who gets it back to the pitcher. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. And that ball's going to be high. Ooh, he just shook his catcher off. Let's see what he wants to throw instead. He throws that, and that ball is going to be out to the left fielder. He's caught it, and we have a play at home. It's going to be offline. Gianni does not have a play, and we'll have everybody moves up. Well, I take that back. Ricardo moves up, and looks like Chris stayed at first. So Jabrell now at first and third, and 2 down. So he's really going to just be focused on getting a ball into the grass. Chris is has decent speed at first, but my guess again is, out of respect for the cannon that is number 99, we're not going to run on him. Ooh, 68, swing and a miss. Somehow Jabrell was early on that one. I hope we get to see another fastball. That would Jabrell got that timed up a little bit. He's going to take a pitch inside. That's the 30th pitch of the inning for number 31. So he'll be matching his jersey number here, this pitch. And Jabrell's going to hit that one. And it's going to, I think, drop. Yep. And the center fielder slips and falls. Chris is going to have the play. They're going to have a play at home. And Chris is in safely with Jabrell with a 2-run double. That is the kind of hit that really kind of blows open a game. And with that, on the 35th pitch of the inning, the coach is going to come out and put an end to 31's night. And Jabril will jump over to talk to Coach Hunter. And we'll have a new pitcher. Looks like a lefty, judging by the glove in his right hand. He'll get some warm-up pitches. And I'll take a break here in just a second because I got to get a blanket. It's getting cold here at this 8 p.m. on your Colorado evening here in late May. The Jackrabbits, should they win this game, would play Thursday. That's it, right? 48 hours from now. And they would play that at Metro State's facilities downtown Denver. So, very exciting opportunity for our boys. All of them in middle school at this point. We have a bunch of rising a bunch of rising freshmen here at the end of the school year in about, a week or 10 days. And a couple of Metro State Roadrunners are a D2 team, and it is a nice facility. I will say that I'm a little nervous as a we just had a spectator hit by a foul ball. Yeah, it hit the grandma. We may need to get, I don't know if we're going to need to get some medical care here. Not great. Oh, nuts. I'm starting to lose cameras. I don't know. I hate this. I don't know if Verizon's going to let me finish the game. So the first pitch is 56 outside. So Esai stepping in. Sorry, I've lost track of who's up. Esai is in with Aaron in the on-deck circle against the lefty here. Next pitch is going to be inside. Number 3 on the mound. So I don't know how Davis's pitching looks after the weekend tournament. They went, I think, also to the semifinals of the May Madness tournament, so they may have burned a bunch of pitching. Ooh, Esai with a really late decision to swing at that 57-mile-an-hour fastball. He's got to decide earlier there if he's going to swing or not. And 2-ball, 1-strike count now. Ooh, that ball gets away. Jabril is going to get to third, and there'll be no throw. So a 3-1 count now. Esai can wait for the pitch that he wants. Also, big shout out to my wife who packed us a dinner. Oh, there it is, a pop to the right side. It's going to be a no man's land, and it does drop. Esai's going to be happy with a single, and Jabril will have scored. I'm sorry I didn't catch that on the camera, but another run in for the Jackrabbits.
Hey, let's keep it going, Aaron.
I'm having a very lovely orange right now, as the Jackrabbits have Aaron in and Esai at first. Another good stop by 99. Esai being told do not get picked off against the lefty here, so very limited chance he's going to run. Dig ball too high. And there's a nice shot from Aaron. Well, he dropped the ball. It's the right fielder, so everybody moves up 90 feet. And with that, the Jackrabbits will bat it around here in the top of the first with Jack, who led us off with a single to center. We'll now step back on the box. Lefty v lefty. So if this lefty has a curveball, I expect we'll see it. Oh. Apologize. We're going to have a defensive substitution. Sorry, offensive substitution. Emilio will come in for Aaron. And that ball will float in high for ball 1. Now, this 99 likes a good back pick, but with Jack standing in there, it's going to be harder for him to throw it down to first. Not impossible, and he's a quite talented young man, so he wouldn't be surprised. First baseman's way off, and there's a runner at second, so you don't want to be errant with your back pick throws. With Jack up, we're going to have
We need more, Jack.
Jorge in the on-deck circle, of course. I don't know why I couldn't think about that. Nice pitch, 55 at the knees on the outside corner for number 3.
Here we go, Jack. Let's eat.
Number 3, a pretty quick worker. Maybe a little low there for ball 3.
Let's do a job.
So with this plus count, he can just swing at only the pitch he wants, let everything else go past. And let's see what he decides to do on this forthcoming pitch for number 3. He decides to crush it, eats up the first baseman, and there will be a play at the plate. Down! He's safe. So the ump calls that there was interference on that by blocking the plate, and he said will be safe. That run will count.
Hey, let's go, Jorge.
And that'll give Jackrabbits runners at the corners. With Jorge up again, Teddy in the on-deck circle. So, Emilio at third, Jack at first with a hard-struck single. We'll see what Jorge can do. So Jack 2 for 2 in this inning. Leadoff looks good on him. What do we say? And first pitch is the ball. Yeah, the next pitch is away.
Wait for him.
Ooh, inside to Jorge. That one had a lot of glove side run on that fastball. If you can locate that pitch in the strike zone, it's going to be hard to hit. Next pitch. And that might be a makeup pitch for the other one.
Do a job, kid.
So 3-1.
Kid.
The baseball gods will not be messed with. Makeup calls all the time. And there's strike 2. So that's the same pitch that was called ball 3. So you can't fault Jorge for it because it was a ball last time. Now it's a strike this time. So he's got a full count. Everybody will be running with 3 balls. Jack will be going. Sorry. And a foul ball off the catcher's mask, I think. So the full count and 2 down. Jack running because the only options here are strikeout or walk or putting the ball in play. And that he does. And it eats up the third baseman. And we'll see the throw at first. And he's going to be safe at first. And the runner will get to third. So another run is plated. Emilio comes in. And we have first and third for the Jackrabbits.
We need it, Teddy. Keep it going, Teddy. We need it, Teddy. Do a job, Teddy.
And with Teddy on, we'll
Good
have
job, Teddy. We need it.
Gianni in the on-deck circle. And Teddy takes ball high. Wow, it came in just at the chin, dropped down to right around the letters. A real good eye by Teddy there. and it takes a shot to third baseman. It hits his glove. He bobbles it. He throws to first, and they called him out. So Teddy gets 2 of the 3 outs in that inning, but he hit the ball hard both times. Jackrabbits are able to play 8 in the top of the first. That inning, we saw started at 7:45, so that took a 25 minutes in the top of the first. And we'll see, I think, Chris on the mound. So Chris will be on the mound, Esau behind the plate, Jabril at first, Ricardo, Jorge, and Gianni across the infield as you would expect. Looks like Teddy in right. The first pitch is a 67 ball in the dirt. Jack in center, of course, and Mason in left. So Chris throws hard and has a fabulous sweeper or a slurve. There's a shot to Gianni. He picks it up. He throws to first, and 2 pitches and 1 down for the Jackrabbits. Nice pick and throw by Gianni. Nice grab and stretch from Jabril. And it looks like textbook baseball. So the question really for Chris is just going to be accuracy. He has been both, at one point in the year he was the ace, and then he's probably slid to 3 in the rotation due to some very spotty outings with his accuracy. And there's that slurve. So that's coming in at 57, so almost 10 miles an hour slower than his fastball. As you can imagine, slower with movement is going to be really hard for anybody to pick up and do anything with. But as you also saw, that ball was in the left-handed batter's box. So is that one. Ball 2. And the next pitch, also away, ball 3. And we'll see if the Lightning have the same rule as the Jackrabbits. They do. number 15 was not in any way swinging at that one. And it comes right down the pipe for a 3-1 count. And there's a nice shot. Jorge picks it up, and they get the throw to first, and they get him. Bang, bang, but they got him. So beautiful catch and throw by Jorge. Really good job by Jabril again to not commit to the stretch until he saw the throw. And looks like 66 or just 16. 66 will step in.
You ready, Mason?
And 2 down. So 2 grounders to the left side so far. And that ball is non-competitively in the dirt for ball 1. Field ump is asking for my time. And he's called the coach out. Does he see something in Chris that is... So looking like maybe a concern about the windup and where his feet are. So I'm not sure what the field ump is seeing in Chris's windup. That so you have to throw the ball with your heads up, heads. Wow, that one came very close to me. They should stop doing that. This way. So we're going to declare an illegal pitch. So we're at a ball there. So what they're saying is, saying he was engaged with the rubber and then disengaged and re-engaged, and so that's an illegal pitch. So it wasn't a case of not being on the rubber when he threw the ball. It was a case of during his windup, on the rubber, off the rubber, on the rubber again. I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of baseball, very uncommon call. That'll be ball 3 now because the illegal pitch then is going to be assessed there for a ball. So 3-0 count now. And that ball will be ball 4. And number 6 will take first without ever seeing a pitch in the zone. So a learning opportunity for Chris. And
we got two.
The catcher will step in, number 99. So, yeah, is that right? No, 33. There's a nice 56-mile-an-hour slurve sweeper. And the field ump's still talking to Chris. So he's got lots of thoughts on Chris's approach to pitching. And they're going to throw another curveball high and in. So I don't know if they're just going to keep throwing breaking pitches here to 33. They are. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So a big lead for the runner at first. Chris hasn't given him much attention. With 2 outs, you don't really need 2. Ball's on the way. It's going to go off Esai's thigh, it looked like, or maybe shin guard, the way he pounced up. So the runner will take second. He's out there over the shoulder of Chris. And he's got Ricardo holding him on. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. That was Chris trying to overthrow a fastball, try to throw it past big, tall 33 here. And there's the curve, and they're going to just have to step on the bait. They got him at first to complete it, but I think he caught it. I don't know But anyway, that's 3 outs. The Lightning leave the runner on first, and the Jackrabbits will put their helmets back on. And it looks like we got some conversation here with the umps in the field.
Put up some more.
But Jackrabbits now with a chance to put additional runs on the board. We are 34 minutes into this game. Remember, no inning can start after an hour 45, so plenty of baseball left. And that was the Chris that we get, who is the ace when he's on like that. So let's hope we get a few more innings of him like that. So Gianni will be in the batter's box here to face nice swing and a miss. Number 3 out on the mound. So that ball was a little high. He went for it anyway. Gianni probably has dreams of hitting the ball deep, and he's struggling here against the 56-mile-an-hour fastball for number 3.
Hey, you know what you're looking at now? Yes, 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 no.
There was literally not a sound. I'm not talking. Every parent on both sides was holding their breath. And 33 throws the ball out to the second baseman on accident. Does get returned to number 3 back on the bump. And Gianni will re-grip the Cat X. And he swings and a miss, a 56-mile-an-hour fastball. So Gianni swung and missed at the same pitch 3 times. 3 executed really well, and Ricardo now will step in the box. The Jackrabbits love a hard-throwing fastball, or at least that's what we saw to start the game. See if the boys can adjust here to a slower fastball. And he's going to take that first pitch high and away. And it looks like Verizon just or my Mevo app just warned me that Verizon might be crapping out on me. So let's see if it stays here for the rest of Ricardo's at bat. And that ball is hit right into center. And with a nice single for Ricardo. Chris, our starting pitcher, will step in. So, a lot of conversation around Ricardo being smart out there. It's a left-handed pitcher, easier to throw over. We've seen 33, at least on Saturday, had a penchant for back picks. No reason to make an out over there. And there's a nice shot to the shortstop. He's going to throw it to second. He's going to throw it to first. He'll be safe at first.
Mason, let's go.
but the lead runner is erased. Good heads-up play by the shortstop there to get it to the second baseman. And we've got Mason in the batter's box. And we're going to have time again from the Lightning Davis coach. So it looks like we had just a check with the field ump about maybe Ricardo sliding. Not sure there. I heard something about sliding, so I don't have to go back and look at it to see what happened there. Ooh, Mason jumps out of the way. Ball 1. So Jackrabbits were able to score a bunch of runs on 2 outs in the first. See if they can do it again. There's a nice 58-mile-an-hour fastball like the one that Gianni saw for strike 1. Also in the other, the first game of tonight, in the quarterfinal, Jackrabbits were able to rally on 2 outs, I think, in 2 of those 4 innings as well. So they're not scared of 2 outs. And Mason's going to hit that one right off his foot. And he's going to, maybe his knee, actually. He's going to go down and have a conversation with Coach Hunter. And Coach Hunter, being a registered nurse, is going to tell him to rub some dirt in it. That is the official philosophy, I think, of all baseball physicians. Just kidding, the actual medical care for baseballers now is pretty amazing. They get trainers and various specialists as well as a general team doc. So at least in the majors, I think it's not nearly as nice in the minors, of course. Here we just have Coach Hunter. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now, runner at first. Swing and a miss, and that will end it. So that 58-mile-an-hour fastball gets 2 strikeouts to finish the Jackrabbits off. They leave the runner at first. So 1 hit, no runs, runner left on. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Chris will take the mound again with an 8-0 lead for the Jackrabbits. And ball's in, coming down. Ball's been thrown down. The breeze has stopped here. We had a breeze earlier, but it's not nearly as strong. In fact, not hardly at all, which is a bummer because now I have a bunch of bugs around me. At least with the breeze, the bugs can't congregate. They apparently like this battery pack that I've got. So the batter steps in for the Lightning, and Chris throws the first pitch into the dirt for ball 1. We have the battery continues to be the same of Chris at east side, Jabrell at first, Ricardo at second, Jorge at short, Gianni at third, Jack in center, Emilio in right, and Mason in left. So ball 2. And ball 3. And the next, perfect, 64 right down. Colfax and Isai having a hard time getting the ball back to the Chris. Did a couple of tosses like that during warm-ups as well. Wonder if his arm's tired. He did split duties behind the plate with Isaiah, who is not eligible in the AYL. Ooh, that ball is high and inside for ball 4. So the first runner gets on. And 27 will step in, a lefty. Throw over. Not close enough for a slap tag. And he's going to take that one, I think, on the inside of his thigh. Like a man. Ouch. That was like 64 mile an hour fastball on his thigh. So Chris rushing it a little bit out there. And when he's rushing it, he is pretty inaccurate. And that first pitch is high. So Chris was ace-like in the first inning and struggling to find the strike zone a little bit more consistently here in the second. There it is, 66, outside corner. Nothing will give a coach gray hairs more than a pitcher who isn't putting the ball in the zone. If the kids hit it and they earn it, good on them. If you just give them free base on balls, it's beyond frustrating. So nobody down in a 3-1 count, a 2-1 count, with runners at first and second. That ball's popped up. That'll be infield fly. Maybe not. They didn't call infield fly. And the runner's wisely safe out at second. So great heads-up play by the runner to go halfway on that one. It was an infield fly. It ended up going too far, really, to be part of the infield. And so, on a 110-foot single, we'll have the bases loaded. So the corners, that's first and third, will be in for a play at home, and the middle infielders will be back for double play. Number 17's in, and he's going to take a strike, 66 on the outside corner. Chris being reminded again that he's in charge of the timing, and he doesn't rise up by Isai. Cat-like feet there to catch that. So really the suggestions for Chris are just simply slow down. When you slow down, you can get strikes. Swing and a miss on that one there. That was nice. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That ball's behind. And the runner does not come because he said I would have had him by a mile. Thankfully, he also doesn't hit 17. We don't lose him. So that's ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Chris just needs to come set here, throw something over the plate. And he does, and shot down the third base line, but foul. So 17 in on that pitch, whatever that was. You're going to want to throw the opposite pitch you got in your arsenal, Chris. And there's a shot out to Emilio. Oh, it drops out of Emilio's glove. It should be an out. Will probably end up costing the Jackrabbits 2 runs. And it will. So the error there is going to be a 2-run error. Jackrabbits still with a healthy 8-2 lead. But you got to start getting outs at some point, gentlemen. So first and second now. And number 42 steps in. There's a nice pitch, 66 at the knees on the outside corner. That's the pitch that Chris, when he just takes that extra half a second even to catch his breath, he can hit. Otherwise, he throws it in the dirt. There's another strike right there. Swing and a miss. First base is occupied. He's out. And so, good job. Way to get him, Chris. Way to get him. So maybe not the way you would have drawn it up, but we'll take the out for the first out of the inning. Number 3 steps in. You might recognize him as the lefty who's on the mound for the Lightning. And that ball's away for ball 1. There's a strike right there. So there's a nice outside pitch. You said it popped up there. I don't know if they saw something. Like maybe they thought the runner might be going to third. I'm not sure, but letting the runners know they got him. I think Isai is just popping up just to demonstrate he's ready. I don't think anybody even looked like they were going there. In fact, the runner out at second was already headed back to second. And there's a ground ball. Eats up Gianni. And he's going to be safe at first from what it appears. Yep. And eats up Jabril. So now base is loaded. Corners are up again. And only 1 down. So Jackrabbits in need here of some good defensive weather. That's the second ball that's touched a glove that hasn't manifested itself in and out. A little bit of a problem we had over the weekend. We certainly had it in the quarterfinal game. And it looks like it has followed us into the semifinals. So we got to get better at defense. You can't, these kids are too good to give them extra outs. Right, we would be out of the inning had we made that catch in right and had we made the play at first. Instead, we have bases loaded for the Lightning and only 1 down. And Chris behind now on a 2-0 count to number 64. There's that strike. Like to see that slurve. 2-1 count. Maybe don't want to put Chris behind. That was 64. I don't know what that pitch is. It's too slow for his fastball and too fast for the slurve. Regardless, 3-1 now with no place to put him. And he's going to put him at first, and we're going to bring a run in. So now 8-3, only one down. I would not be surprised at all if we saw a coach's visit here. And we're going to get timeout here. We're actually not going to get a coach's visit. I apologize. Teddy will be running onto the field, and Jack will be running off. So Jack is going to go warm up. Looks like Teddy will take left, and Mason will shift to center with bases loaded. So you can see here, Jack now going to get the call here as soon as he's warm. I don't know who we have on the bench that can warm him up, but someone will don a mask and go catch him. The ball's inside. Good stop by Isai. So in the on-deck circle is the final hitter in the order. But pretty important for Chris to go after these guys here and not let the lineup turn over. And now we're going to get a timeout for Coach Hunter to come have a conversation with Chris. And he's going to talk primarily to his pitcher and catcher. The infielders are going to gather behind the mound, but they're not being addressed. It's almost exclusively to Chris. Chris has the makings for an incredible pitcher here. The really strong two-pitch arsenal. It's working on developing a third. And the field umpire comes out, reminds everybody they need to get going. And so they're going to... Everybody's going to go back to their positions. And we'll get a reset here. So 2-0 counts. That was a timeout mid at bat here. So number 6 has 2 balls and no strikes to him. Chris has some in-game teaching, is what I suspect. And he throws that one in the dirt. I think it looks like maybe Aaron is catching Jack here off to the side. There's a strike right there. That's the slurve. And there's a nice ground ball to Jorge. He's going to pick it up, and they're going to have to throw to first. Not going to be in time, and the runner will be safe at first. So an RBI on the fielder's choice there, and a second out of the inning for the Jackrabbits. 8-4. If the Jackrabbits can stop them here, that would be huge. And number 1 steps, no, 1 or 11 steps in. And there's a nice 63 mile an hour. It's 11, yeah, sorry. Next pitch is a ground ball to Jorge. He picks it up and he throws it to second. 4 hits. So 4 runs in. Great inning for the Lightning to claw back half the differential here. But the Jackrabbits are able to get the third out there on a force at second, and we will go to the top of the third, roughly 1 hour into this game. We started about 7:45. It's about 8:45. We got 45 minutes of baseball left. And we'll see what the Jackrabbits can do when they put some helmets on and aluminum sticks in their hands as we go to the top of the third. All right, sorry folks, I need a little break there. So Jabrell in now, and Isai in the on deck circle. And he's going to take that one for a strike. And number 3 still back on the mound, that lefty for the Lightning. Next pitch. Nice, 56, right down Colfax. He's got to be swinging, Jabrell's got to be swinging at that. Plenty dark here now, lights ablazing. Swing and a miss at 55. So number 3's fastball coming in, that one 55, some is 58, have racked themselves up at least 3 swinging strikeouts. Isai will step in. First pitch, strike, right at the knees. 3's on a roll here. Someone needs to figure out how to break his rhythm. And that ball is inside behind Isai. And the next pitch. And the next pitch is shot right to the second baseman. He picks it up, throws. He's going to be safe at first. He's going to beat that out. And a very happy papa there for Isai. I don't know if you all could hear the barking, but Isai may have been fueled by Brandon's "let's go, let's go, let's go's" down the line. Emilio will get in now. Emilio with the bat on his shoulder means that we'll have Jack up next, I believe. Yeah, Jack in the on-deck circle. And there's the throwback. Nice back pick attempt, but he was safe. So that first pitch was a strike to Emilio. That ball is high and inside. So ball does get away. Isai wisely doesn't go anywhere. He'd have been out by 30 feet at second base had he decided to go. So Emilio with a 1-1 count. Isai at first, Jack in the on-deck circle. And number 3 getting stronger as the night goes on. There's a 55 mile an hour. I don't think it's a fastball. Maybe it's just a changeup. If it's a changeup, it's not that different from his fastball. Whatever it is absolutely flummoxing our batters. And Emilio is going to take that one on the tuchus, and with a free base to for that hit by pitch, we'll bring up Jack. So lefty on lefty. And the ball's outside. Ball 1. And the next pitch, outside as well.
You got 3?
Let's go, Lumberjack.
There's a strike right there. So inside there, Jack way up on the plate means that those inside pitches look like they're not hittable, but they're very hittable. And the lefty not afraid to throw inside to him. Swing and a miss, and a ball in the eyes for Jack. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jack off to Nepal to find his zen. He's going to take ball 3 outside.
Good job, Jack. Here we go, kid.
Win it, Jack. Win it.
And getting a talking to from the home plate ump, I think, for taking too far out of the box and too long. With a full count now.
Go, Jack.
And Jack hits that ball over to the second baseman, who knocks the ball down, but what happened? He knocked it down. I thought it was in his glove. Anyway, Jack is in safely at first. Bases loaded on that infield single from Jack. And we're going to get a timeout from the Davis coach, the Lightning Davis coach. And looks like we might get a pitching change. We are going to get a pitching change. Number 3 departs for center field, it looks like, or maybe right field. And a new gentleman, number 6, appears on the mound for the Davis, Lightning Davis. So Jackrabbits gave up 4 in the bottom of the last inning, but threatening here with bases loaded and the heart of our order up. This guy throwing quite a bit quicker, so Davis coach knows what he's doing with playing with speeds here. We saw a flamethrower in the first inning hitting 69 and 70 regularly. Then we saw number 3 throwing in the upper 50s, and our boys really struggling with that. And now it looks like we are back to a mid-60s throw here. All right, so Jorge will step in, Teddy in the on-deck circle. Bases loaded and only 1 down. That ball comes in high at 62. And that ball is absolutely smashed through the hole. Actually hit the lip. Everybody's going to move up 90 feet. And the Jackrabbits will plate another run, bases loaded. So Teddy was 0 for 2 in the first inning, and 0 for 2 for the day. Both hard hits, but I believe the shortstop made a play on both of them. So bases loaded and 1 down. First pitch to Teddy will be on its way. And he's going to take 63 just outside at the knees. Teddy does the lean bend thing, which makes it look more like a strike than it is. Jorge with a giant lead out at first. I'm a little nervous of a back pick here. Jack out at second, and Emilio, who got hit by pitch, at third. And the back pick is thrown, but to third, not to first. And Teddy with a little battler. The pitcher gets it. They're going to get the first. They're going to get the runner at first. Teddy will get. Whoa! So there is a force at home. So Teddy with his 3rd ground ball to the infield, leading to another out. And so we're bases loaded again. No run on that, on the little dribbler to the pitcher. And Jackrabbits now have 2 outs. And we have a conversation here just off camera between the Davis coach and the home plate ump. Not sure what it was about. I don't know if Emilio, I don't think Emilio interfered or ran into the catcher, so not sure there. 2 down now. And Gianni up. Swing and a miss, a 70-mile-an-hour pitch in his shoulder, or in his at his shoulders. And he fouls that ball back. And strike 2. Ricardo in the on-deck circle will pick it up and flip it to the ump. And that ball is a curve, 53 and high. And they'll have a play at home. And the ball gets away from the catcher on the back pick attempt and the throw in the pickle. And now the runners will move up 90 feet. So Jack very aggressive out there. I think with Coach Hunter's blessing, that gets you Jorge to third, Teddy to second, and another run for the Jackrabbits, giving them double digits for the evening, 10-4. With first base open, well, it's a 1-2 count, so you're gonna throw strikes here. And he's out. He blocked the plate, but he's out. So not sure what the rules and why Rapo Youth League are about blocking the plate. So regardless, he is out. That was aggressive base running. Not sure what the Jackrabbits were trying there. And I think that was all devised by the coaches on that one, because Teddy doesn't normally take that big of a lead at second to try to draw the throw. Regardless, it's 10-4. We go to the bottom of the third, and Jack was pulled out so he could warm up. And he looks like he is grabbing the baseball, and he's probably going to be the left-handed hurler on the mound. My guess is for the rest of the evening, with only about 7:45, it is out 9. Oh, my bad. Jack is being told to go to center field. Even though he grabbed the ball off the mound, he's going to toss it to Chris. So it continues to be Chris's ball. Yep, all kinds of confusion here, but Chris on the mound. And it will continue to be his game. And so with Jack in center, Mason will go back to left. And what do I got? Aaron in right, it looks like. Around the infield, we've got Joe now at first. Ricardo, Jorge is your middle infielders. Gianni on the hot corner. My guess is Isai will be back behind the plate. And the Lightning will have the top of the order here at the bottom of the third. So everybody in the lineup now has seen Chris. Chris was very successful and looked like an ace in the first against the same top of the order. So let's see if he can return to that magic. And there's a ground ball out to Jorge. He picks it up. He's going to throw it to first. And he gets him to Joe. 1 pitch, 1 out. And more importantly, that first out. Jorge 6-3. I mean, you could almost get that tattooed on your chest. It's not every time, but it's pretty dang automatic. And in steps the next batter. There's the slurve. 15 takes it high. If you're asking why I call it a slurve, it's a combination slider curve. It moves both horizontally, quite a bit horizontal like a slider, but then also drops like a curve does. Chris, obvious disgust with himself at that last pitch. So now he's behind, no balls, 2 strikes. Sorry, 2 balls and no strikes. And now it's 3 balls and no strikes. Isai will go retrieve the errant pitch. And we hit 9 o'clock here Mountain Time. 30 minutes remain on the timer, likely getting us into the 4th inning. There's a beautiful slurve there. Came in at 58 as well. But 15 was taken all the way there, so he's going to take that one high. Ball 4. And with the free pass down to first, 15 motors on down. And 66 will step in. Wow, that serve was nice. Started with the shoulders and with the shoe tops, and somehow it wasn't a strike. Must have been inside from where I'm looking. And there it is, 59 on that one. So Chris feeling the slurve now. And there it is again. So 3 straight slurves. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So normally what you do is you'd call the fastball here, especially that he's throwing in the mid-60s, but I don't know, just throw the slurve again. Yep. And he hits the ground ball out to second. Oh, through into center field. Jack will pick that up. Well, Ricardo had that. Yeah, so Ricardo probably should have got that one. Well, hard hit ball, by the batter there. And ends up 66. He saw nothing but a diet of breaking pitches last time, and my guess is that'll be the same again. Isai stops the curve. 33 doesn't go fishing for it. Swing and a miss, 61. Not sure what that pitch was. There's a nice strike there. 53 on the slurve. Mason just took 2 more steps back out of respect. I'll show you where he's at. Way back there. And 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Look for that slurve again, I think. There it is, single over. Strike 3. So 2 down. And the Jackrabbits have a force at any base except home. And Chris has had a good recovery. From the second inning where he was really struggled, he's come back here and really gone after the pitcher. We only really had 1 bad at bat, the guy out at second. Chris wasn't all that close with the pitches. Everybody else, it's been a competitive pitch that's made the batters swing, or he's been in the zone. There it is. That one was middle. Not sure where that one was. So 2 balls and no strikes now. Swing and a miss, 61 at the curve there. And next pitch is high. So Chris missing just a bit high.
Stay middle now. Stay middle. Get it.
And that ball's high, so number 5 takes another free walk down to first. And we have 2 outs, and number 27 steps in with the bases loaded.
Nothing by you, infield. Let's go.
Be a walk, Gianni. Be ready. Pick it up, step on the bag.
Chris set. That ball's fouled off to the side. That was a good pitch by Chris and a good kind of toss away with swing by 27. That was going to be a strike. 27 didn't want to look at it, so he just hits it away. Swing and a miss, 62. Is that a change? I don't know what Chris is doing here. The bummer here with Chris's serve is it's going to break into the batter here. So you're actually going to put it more in the zone than you want. So maybe a fastball again. And that ball is a fastball. Isai stops it, rubs a little dirt off of it on his thigh and hands it back to Chris. Big statement by Chris here if he can get number 27 and get out of this inning. There it is! And he does, so it's a solid statement. So Chris needs to come back and watch this 3rd inning for how you have resilience, ladies and gentlemen. Gave up 4 runs in the 2nd inning, looked imminently hittable and couldn't find the zone. Instead comes back, does load the bases, but no runs scored. So he's got to be proud of his performance there. We go to what will be the top of the 4th, and almost certainly, unless this game picks up amazing pace, will almost certainly be the final inning of the semifinals of the AYL. Again, the winner playing at Metro State on Thursday against the other team. Oh, the other team's already, their game's already over. Oh no, it's not. I can see it over there. It looks like the Rogue and somebody else. And the Hounds. Rogue and the Hounds are on the other field. So the winner of this game will play the winner of the Rogue and the Hounds at Metro State. It'd be great for our middle schoolers to see that collegiate D2 field. And of course, you want to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you know when we're playing, because I don't know game time at all on Thursday. So that notification bell will be a push notification to your phone or to even your TV about when the game is live. If you subscribe, it will certainly be in your feed when you open up YouTube the next time, but then you may not even see it live, and that would be a shame. So number 6 will be back on the mound. He will see Gianni. Remember, we had that crazy Teddy pickoff move at second, and then Jorge came home. Jorge was out by 15 feet, and Gianni will now return to the batter's box with a fresh count. So no balls, no strikes to Gianni as we start the top of the 4th here, and nobody on. .63, strike 1. I thought the left-handed. Oh, that ball is belted deep. Off the fence, it looks like, on that hanging curveball. And Gianni is not going to go. He's going to take his double, put it in his pocket, and be plenty proud of himself. He's going to get time so he can take his armor off. Remember, most hit by pitch this year, so he wears the armor, but also most hit by pitch in Jackrabbits history with 48,173 hit by pitches in his Jackrabbits career. But now he's at second because he can hit too, ladies and gentlemen. His on-base percentage, I should go look, but it's absolutely insane. Ricardo's in with Chris in the on-deck circle. And that first pitch is going to be outside for ball 1. And that ball's going to go in the outfield. And Gianni Bella motor, and that ball is overthrown, and he's just going to stay there. So maybe now you would have drawn up a get Gianni to third base, but we will take it. So 90 feet from scoring is Gianni with our team batting average leader, Ricardo, in the box. There's a nice strike. Ricardo, not a huge fan of the flamethrowers. He's going to take that one high. It's 67. Number 6 works very quickly. I hardly have time to look down and look at the count. And that ball is also hung, and that's going to drop. And Gianni's going to come in to score. Ricardo is going to get greedy and get into second on an overthrow. So because he's in safely at second, he gets way to be aggressive from his coaches. In the event that he had been thrown out, he had heard it all the way back from the middle of the field. So looks like just a players only meeting at the mound. Catcher now having some conversation with his guy, his team. Standing on the mound, he is an imposing figure for sure, and hopefully giving his boys a cheer up. They just really have not made the throws and catches here. They've gifted 90 feet to Gianni and 90 feet to Ricardo here in the first 2 batters on inaccurate throws. So Chris is in the box now. We had time. That pitch doesn't count. I'm not sure who called it, but ump gave it. So nothing count now to Chris. And Chris swings at a nasty curveball. I think we've got Mason in the on-deck circle. It's hard for me to see right now. And that was a beautiful strike. Chris got the same call just to end the inning. This side of the 60 feet 6 inches, he sees how unfair that pitch can be. And we've got no balls, 2 strikes, a guy out at second. Low and away, ball 1. So the 2 big hits from Gianni and Ricardo were both on a hanging curveball. 6 now throws it, but it's in the dirt, so Chris can't do anything with it. So 2-2 count. And 6 relying heavily on that curve, on that breaking ball. And there's a ball in the dirt, and everybody's going to move up 90 feet. Oh, Chris was wrong about the count. So Chris got down to first, and he took his armor off already. So now he's going to have to put that back on with a 3-2 count. So putting the shin guard on, full count, man on third, nobody down, and Chris has got to get himself mentally set. He'd already walked to first. Let's see if he can get reset. And now he's going to go. And Chris is just going to steal second. Pitcher didn't know what to do there, because if he'd thrown it to second, then you would have had Ricardo Skeel home. So we do get a timeout while Chris takes that shin guard off, runs it out to his coach. He's then going to get back to second. And Mason will step in. Joe in the on-deck circle. And the runner on third. Sorry about that. I forgot about the picture in the picture. And infield is in. And that was strike 1. So the infield is playing in. See how first base is in from first base. There's the third baseman as well. He's even. The middle infielders are there. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So everybody's assuming a play is at the plate. There's not a first, so it'd have to be a tag. Mason. And he hits a ground ball. That was funny. Coach Hunter said something about hit it to me, and then, well, he did. And that ball high, but fouled away by Mason. So Chris with a ginormous lead out at second. If in the event there's a back pick attempt or a pop fly or line drive, he could be very out. And that ball is going to be high. So Mason has the patience to take that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Mason hits that one. He catches it. Then we're going to have a play at the plate. He's in safe. And looks like they got him at third. But we do get the run in. So bases will be empty for Joe. And that will be a double play, a convoluted double play. 7-5-3-5 for those of you with school books at home. And Joe's going to take that first pitch low and away for ball 1. That was a double play. The umpire being helped with the number of outs because there's the fly ball and then the tag at third. So 2 down, Joe up. And Joe hits the one off the hands. It's going to have all kinds of English on it. It's squirrely, but they're going to get him at first. So Jackrabbits are able to plate 2 that inning. And it is 12-4 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. I've got about 10 minutes left on the clock, so we'll see how much baseball we've got left. And if Chris will finish it off or if Jack will come in. So Jackrabbits have Chris back on the mound, Isak on the plate, Joe at first, Ricardo, Jorge, Gianni across the rest of the infield, Jack in center. Looks like Emilio still in right and Mason in left. And roughly 9 minutes left in the game, or left in the time, excuse me. And Chris starts the first batter off with 2 balls. Now this was the part of the order that Chris struggled with. He was able to dispatch to the top of the order in the first and the third inning, and when we got to the middle and the bottom, he was not as effective. With that, he throws a strike, so now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now. Strike 3 on the slurve. They get him. When that slurve is working, man, that is a really hard pitch to detect and then to even swing at. So, but it starts out of the zone and then goes in the zone. So, selfishly, with 7 minutes left, I'd love to see a couple more batters here from the Lightning. Swing and a miss. 67 for strike 1. There's a ground ball. NGI is going to pick it up and throw it to Joe, and they get this batter by a couple of steps. And that's 2 up, 2 down. 7 minutes remain. We may end up playing an extra inning, ladies and gentlemen, if the wheels don't fall off here for Chris, who has looked really strong this inning. So. And the next batter steps in. Swing and a miss. Oh, strike 1. From the windup, Chris staying on the rubber the entire time. And there's his slurve, but away for ball 1. Swing and a miss.
Oh yeah! Let's go, Christopher!
And we're going to get a pitching change here, I guess. Jack is changing gloves. That's always a sign that he's usually going to come in. Chris getting a solid round of applause from the parents here for his great effort, and Jack will come in. Jack will get a few warm-up pitches, but he's throwing them right down the pipe here. So he's not going to be very many to be warm and ready. And with that, time has expired. This inning will end, and that'll be the end of the game. The Jack on the mound. Speaking of games ending, the Phillies just beat the Rockies, so the Rockies continue their race for worstness. And at this point, I am on their. I'm on team worst in history. So Jack's first pitch is a ball. He inherited a 1-ball, 2-strike count, and he gives up a 318-foot foul ball to number 42. Whew, that was. I thought we were going to see a double there. And the next pitch, straight through on a high and away pitch. Oh, everybody wants to go home. With that, the Jackrabbits do win the semifinal. We will play the victor of the Rogue and the Hounds. That game's still ongoing on Thursday down at Metro State in downtown Denver on a collegiate field. So with that, on behalf of Jackrabbits Broadcasting, I'm glad I could bring you one of two games tonight. Everybody write your complaints to Verizon, care if they don't care about you, at Verizon.com. You won't get reception regardless of what you do, even as much as you beg. As the subject line, it doesn't really matter. So with that, I'm going to sign off. See you guys on Thursday. Have a good evening. Vamos Liebres.